Hi everyone, let us tackle another question involving speed time graph. Alright, so look at the following question. This is the speed time graph of an object. This object moves at 30 meter per second for the first 8 seconds, which can be seen here. For the first 8 seconds, he traveled a constant speed of 30 meter per second, and then decelerate uniformly at 5 meter per second square, coming to rest at time t. You can see over here, he moved at constant deceleration until time t. Okay, now the first question, calculate the value of t. How do we do that? Now, what info can we use to find the value of t? Okay? Look at the question. Which value is not reflected here? It is this one. Decelerate at 5 meter per second square. This value, 5 meter per second square, is the value of the deceleration. And what is deceleration in a speed time graph? It is the gradient of the graph. Therefore, this line, its gradient is -5. Why -5? Because deceleration is the negative of acceleration. And you can even look, the line is going down, so the line has negative slope, so -5. So be careful. If this is acceleration, then the gradient is 5. If this is deceleration, the gradient is -5. So how do we use this information to find the value of t? We use the formula for gradient. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Alright, so we need 2 points. Okay, focus on this line. Which 2 points do we know the values? We know this point. This point has x coordinate 8 and y coordinate 30. And we also know this point. This point has x coordinate t and y coordinate what? What's the y coordinate? It is 0. So, apply the formula for gradient. y2 minus y1, 30 minus 0, over x2 minus x1, 8 minus t, equals to the value of the gradient, which we know is -5. Alright? So, if we simplify this, if we were to simplify this, 30 minus 0 is 30. And 8 minus t is, okay, we can evaluate. So rho t equals to -5. So what do we do next? We cross multiply. Okay, -5 is the same as -5 over 1. So let's cross multiply. 1 times 30 equals to -5 times 8 minus t. So -5, 8 minus t. So expand. 30 equals to -5 times 8 is -40. -5 times -t plus 5t. Okay? So, let's continue. -40, I bring over there, becomes plus 40. So, 40 plus 30 equals to 5t. So, 70 equals to 5t. And how do I get over 5? I divide both sides by 5. So 70 over 5 equals to t. And thus our t is 14. So this value is 14. Does it make sense? Yes, because this value is after 8. And thus our answer is 14. Alright? Okay, we have found that this value is 14. Now the next question. Calculate the speed when the time is 9 seconds. So where is the point where the time is 9 seconds? It is over somewhere over here. So this point. So the question is asking at this point, what is the value of the speed? Okay. Now, like in the previous video, okay, we have to use something. We have to form an equation to find the speed. Right? So let's look at the question. What useful info can we use? It is actually this one. Decelerates uniformly at 5 meters per second square. As we know, this line, the gradient is -5. Alright? The gradient is -5. And this point that we are interested in is on that line. So we can form an equation using the formula of gradient. And before we do that, we require 2 points. So which 2 points can we use? Since we are interested in this point, then let this be 1 point. We know the x value 9, and this is what we want to find. So let this be x. So which other point can we use? Okay, we can use this point. The x coordinate is 14, the y coordinate is 0. Now apply the formula for gradient. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 9 minus 14. And this will give us -5. So that is the equation that we need to solve to find x, which is what we want. So x minus 0 is just x. 9 minus 14 is -5. So what do we do after this? We cross multiply. So this -5 is -5 over 1. We cross multiply. -5 times -5, positive 25. And 1 times x is x, and we have found the answer. X is 25. Does it make sense? Yes, because 25 is below 30. So this is correct. So the speed when time is 9 seconds is 25. And do not forget unit. We are talking about speed. So speed, the unit here is meters per second. Alright? So what have we learned from this question and the question before that? Okay? Sometimes we need to form an equation in order to solve for the unknown. But how do we form the equation? Use the data in the question. Okay? The question will give you very useful data which you can use to form the equation. For this case, we use this information of deceleration. And don't forget, deceleration must be -5 because deceleration is negative of acceleration. You can even look here, the line is going down, so it must have negative gradient. Alright?